Now, if you guys have a pair of boots and you guys work all day and you come home and you pull your boot off and you even think for a second, oh man, so glad to get that boot off. I don't have that problem with these boots. Both of these pairs, you could probably wear them all day and forget that you had them on. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Nomadic King channel. I'm James Showers, of course, cleanest name in the biz, and today we're coming at you live from the Lockdown Corner 2.0, talking about custom boots, Franks, Nicks, and this is going to be a pair I'm wearing while I send Franks and the Nicks back to Franks and Nicks to get resold. Alright, we'll be talking kind of a little bit about whites, Nicks, and Franks, which one you should decide on getting. We'll do a comparison review between these two pairs. I've owned each one of these for nearly 2 years. 2 years of straight work in both pairs of these boots. We'll talk about what I like, what I don't like, and then we'll be talking about why I've got these, why I picked them out, and we'll go over some other things. Now, there's two kinds of people that watch these boot videos. People that are just trying to figure out, hey, do I want to get a pair of custom boots? What boot company do you want to go with is what you're trying to figure out, and whether or not it's worth your value. So we'll be talking to you guys first directly about, like I said, the differences between these boots and all that good stuff. And there's another type of person that watches these boot videos because they just enjoy boot videos. They have boot collections. They like checking them out. They like seeing the wear and tear. And I've got you guys in this video as well. We'll be going over a close-up of all of the wear, tear, grime, wear down, and whatnot on all three of these boots at the end of the video. So stay tuned if you're one of those guys. But first off, we'll be talking about the differences between these three different companies. Now, White's obviously is kind of like the mother or father of the whole custom boot style in the Pacific Northwest. They are in Spokane, Washington. I've been to all three of these companies' stores. I do not have a pair of whites that I wear regularly. I do have a pair of whites. I've ordered a pair of whites and it didn't really fit me, but they were slip-on, so but I did go to their factory to get tried on. So now listen, White's has probably the most customizations. If you're looking to get like the boot that, just a cool looking boot, White's probably has you guys covered because they've got the most options. They do a lot of different styles, and like I said, you can pretty much customize anything on the boots. Now, Nicks is kind of like the underdog to Whites. They're also in Spokane, Washington. Like I said, I've been there. Now, I had these guys. I ordered them off of a fit sheet. They sent me a trial pair. I checked it out. I ordered these. Now, I did have a small mishap with these where I'd ordered them to be a rough out, and I received them as smooth. But this boot is actually a very wonderful boot. I'm glad I chose to keep them, even though it was not exactly how I ordered it. I actually ended up liking the smooth out later. And then we've got Franks over here, which is kind of like a spawn off of Nicks. Frank used to work for Nicks, and he's got his own thing going on. Now, he probably has the least amount of options available if you're looking to get some kind of crazy boot, but they will work with you. They will do a lot of customization, and they offer some of the main styles you'd be looking for, and some pretty good customizations for the size of the shop that they're working with. Now, I prefer the underdog. That's just what I like. That's who I root for. I don't want to go to the main guy and get, give him my dime and keep rolling. I like giving it to these smaller companies and just keeping it local. Now, White's has been a local company for a long time. They've been bought out by a Japanese company. They still make boots here, but there's been discussions on whether or not their quality is what it used to be or whatnot. Well, with all that innovation brings you all the different variety that you get with the boots and the customizations and the different styles. So like I said, if that's the boot you want to go with, White's is awesome. They do have great boots. People swear by them. You'll be happy if you end up getting it. This pair of boots, I did the fit sheet. I had that small mishap. This pair of boots, I went directly into Frank's, and I haven't had a single problem with these boots whatsoever. Now, the difference between this pair of boots and this pair of boots isn't just who made them, it's also the model of boot that I got. Now this was a homesteader boot is what it was called, and they don't make this particular boot anymore. There's a couple styles of custom boots. One is where they actually hand stitch it, one is where they go off of like a macaw I don't know, soling or something, macaw stitch. Correct me down there in the comments on the boot people exactly what that is. But this is the hand stitch one. It was, instead of being able to get the smoke jumpers that were the other option for Nick's hand stitch, this was the other one they had, and so I liked it and I went with it. I doubled up a lot of leather. It's got like a double cap right here. This cap is, this heel back here is so solid, it's crazy. It doesn't bend at all. These are super heavy. They've got a lot of leather in them. They took a long time to break in. They're really stiff. I got a pair of Franks after kind of like learning more about boots after I'd bought these, and I decided to go with some Franks. Now this is a different type of boot. This is the Commander, Type 1 Commander. Now I did not ask for beefed up leather on the sole. This has a little bit of movement. You can feel this is like a second cap. This one's a little bit softer. Still got the second cap right here. There is a lot of weight in this boot. This one, they're about comparable. I'm not a scale or anything. These are a taller boot. This is a 10-inch. This is an 8-inch. This did not take as long to wear in on my feet. Both of these feel like slippers. Now, I bought these so that I would hopefully be able to send these back and not have to have a period of time without custom boots. Well, I'm at a period right now where I've worn these for 2 years, worn these for nearly 2 years, and now I don't have another pair of boots. I bought these. This is a pair of Ariats. Now this was $209. So $209, you could probably get 3 pairs of these boots for one of these pairs of boots. Now I've had these for about a couple weeks now. I've got a bunch of scratches across here, and these were hell, like breaking in for the first 2 weeks. I almost just didn't even want to wear them. Now I normally wouldn't wear the Western style work boot, but I kind of been wanting to slip on for a while. So when you're comparing, having a pair of boots like this that cost $200, you might be able to buy 3 pairs and, get, let's say 3 years of life out of that same $600. A pair of $600 boots right here, none of this upper leather is destroyed. You've got the sole that needs to be replaced. That's going to cost you maybe a couple $100 to get replaced. And your boot is still a comfortable filling boot that's custom to you that you can wear for another 2 years on that sole. I feel like you're going to get your most value out of these once you've had them for a period of time. So a lot of you guys that are like new into the trade, like I really recommend getting a pair of these custom boots, mainly just because of the arch support and the benefits that it's going to do for your back. I'm telling you. I did do a lot of shopping to get to these boots, and I'll do a video on that for, like I said, the guys that enjoy all the different little boots and stuff. I had a whole nother video set for all this, and it just wasn't so great. So right now we're going to look at some of the wear and tear that I got going on. Now on these boots, I wore a lot on this front sole, okay? And these did wear down a little bit here in the back, but not so much. Now I started eating into the leather soles right here on the sides, and obviously I did not do much work keeping these boots conditioned. They're really dried and the leather is just chapped and destroyed. I'm not too sure how much of this can really be rebuilt. We're going to go ahead and find out, obviously, once I send them in. But yeah, you got a lot of the wear on the front. Now with these Franks, I've got a lot of the wear on the heel. Now I've worn this all the way down to where we're at the stacks of leather, and I've kind of worn them down at a slight angle right here. So once again, I don't know how much of that can be salvaged if they can just put a sole on top of that. But as you can see with this honey vibram, it almost looks like empty up inside there. Now I'm assuming these are meant to be that softer sole, and you can actually feel that when you're walking around. They've kind of got more of a bounce to them compared to the black lugs over here. But the black lugs are fully solid, so they didn't wear down like this. Once it wore down to a certain point, this is just, you know, just got destroyed and flew apart. We don't have as much wear on this front as we do on the nicks. So, I mean, I feel like I get quite a bit more step out of that. I mean, maybe we could just replace this heel. That's all that needs to be replaced down there. I could probably get a little bit more time. But see, this one's getting close. So, I don't know, maybe I step heavy on one side. Either way, I've gotten about almost 2 years out of these. And I did do a video where I cleaned these up. Now, I've beaten these up just as bad as the nicks. I haven't gotten any kind of like cuts or wear through the leather that would concern me. I do have one spot where I did let it dry out a little bit much, a little too much, and it's kind of got this giant crack right here, but it hasn't gone through the soft, or I mean the smooth side on the inside of the boots. There is one little stitch that got worn here. I forget what I did to do that. I think I caught it on a piece of metal or something. But yeah, these have been a great pair of boots. I'm sad to see them in the condition they are. I'm obviously a terrible boot dad. I will be doing a cleaning video where I'm going to clean both of these pairs of boots. Now, these boots, after I've broken them in, they're not too bad. I wish I would have been able to find some a little bit more snug, because they kind of get, not loose, but just a little sloppy towards the end of the day. Now these have got a different type of sole system here. It's obviously not a lug system, but this is pretty good for being slip resistant so far. There's a little bit of wear that you can see right here on the bottom of the boot, and I don't really care for the orange on the bottom. Now these are Ariat's Dare, what are these things? Some kind of XT Dare work composite toe on the front and everything. That's pretty much it. I'm rocking these guys right now. I will be sending these back. We'll do a comparison between the boot makers on how they restored these pairs of boots, because they're both obviously pretty messed up right now. Either way, you're going to need to get yourself a custom pair of boots. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought about the video in the comments down below. Check out the description if you really want to. I don't know what's in there, but do it if you want. Take a look. It's something? I don't freaking know. I don't know how to be a YouTuber. Listen, like, share, subscribe. See you in the next video. Peace.
Hopefully you enjoyed the video so far. We'll be doing a close look at the wear, tear, grime, and dirt that is accumulated on these boots. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.